Hi everybody and welcome to another Assembly with me, Matt Beaton, children's author. Today's discussion is all about teamwork and how important it is to every aspect of our lives. Let's start by having a quick discussion about what teamwork actually means. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the people around you? So pause the video, have 30 seconds, a minute, just to talk about what teamwork, what that word means to you. Off you go. Okay, welcome back. I'm guessing that some of you mentioned sport in your conversations, and of course, you're right. Teamwork is vital for sport. It's not even just team sports like football, rugby, and basketball that rely on it. Individual sports like tennis and golf aren't really individual sports at all. There may only be one person out there when it comes to the crunch, but there are a whole host of people who are behind them, all helping them to achieve their goal. There's coaches, fitness instructors, caddies, families, friends supporting them during training, managers, assistants, and a whole lot more. And it's the same for you in school. Sure, it might be you that's putting the pen to paper when you write a story or solve a maths problem, but there's, again, a team behind you, a team of teachers and support assistants who've helped you get that far. Not to mention carers who look after you and feed you at home, lunchtime staff who do the same in school, caretakers and premises officers who make sure the school itself is safe and inviting, head teachers who make sure you have the resources and those excellent teachers there to give you the chance to be the best you can be. Then on top of that, there's sports coaches, music teachers, volunteers, the PTA, and many more. And that's just in a school day. Think about all the people who support you outside of school. Without all of those people, you wouldn't be able to put that pen to paper and write your story. And it's the same in every aspect of your life. When one of my books is published, my name goes on the front cover along with the illustrator if it's an illustrated book. But the book doesn't just happen by itself, by me on my own. Once I've written the story, there are lots of people who get involved. Editors, proofreaders, artists, formatters, and many more. That doesn't even include the people that have helped me to write my book. You know, I'm currently working on a World War II story, and I've phoned, emailed, and otherwise relied on at least a dozen experts to answer my questions, to provide me with information that's essential to the story. Their names won't be on the cover, but, you know, they'll definitely get a thank you inside the book. And they're such a key part of writing, of that book coming to fruition. It's the same with every author out there. You know, there will be a team behind every single author helping them, pushing them when it gets a little bit hard, when they get stuck and they can't write anything. There will be somebody there helping them, giving them inspiration. So, you know, that book, my World War II book, has taken a whole team of people so far, and it isn't even finished yet. It's not been to the editors, the proofreaders, any illustrators and things like that. And that's just so far to get the idea down. So let's have another discussion. When was the last time you had to work as a team, but that didn't have anything to do with sport? Try to remember how it went. So pause the video and talk it out with the people around you. When was the last time that you worked as a team without anything to do with sport? Off you go. Okay, great. Welcome back. Hopefully you had a lot of good ideas. Again, I'd love to be there to hear them, but I'd be interested to know how you think it went the last time you worked as a team. One of the most important things to remember with any team is that communication is so important. If your team doesn't communicate effectively, then it can't function as a team. Okay? And the most important part of communicating is listening. You can be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the head teacher of a school, or the leader of a group working on a poster for your class. But if you don't listen to the other people in your team and hear their ideas and consider their ideas and look at the merits of each idea, then your team won't be successful. Okay? One of the biggest reasons that any team fails is because members of the team don't feel listened to. Okay? And remember, listening isn't just about letting the words they say enter your ears without interrupting them all of the time, although that's a good start. You know, listening is about hearing what that person is trying to say and then considering it weighing up the pros and cons, letting the group discuss it. Okay, it might end up that your team does something different. It doesn't go with the idea that they've suggested. And accepting that your ideas aren't always going to be accepted is another key part of being a good team member. But actually listening to those ideas is so key, because if people don't even feel that their ideas are being heard or being valued, then the team will start to fall apart. And that, like I say, doesn't matter whether it's a government, whether it's a sports team, whether it's a group in your class writing something as a group, drawing something as a group, creating art as a group. It doesn't matter what it is. If your team doesn't feel valued and they don't feel heard by everybody, then it won't work. Okay? So, again, pause the video and have a think to yourself about the last time you felt like you weren't being listened to in a team. You weren't being heard in a team. Okay, so just to yourself, have a think. When was the last time you didn't feel like you were being listened to in a team? Off you go. Okay, great. Welcome back. Another thing to think about is whether you have ever been the one in a team who isn't listening to the other people. Okay, because we all do it. We're all guilty of doing that. I do it. Everybody does it. Okay, what do you think you could do next time to make those situations go better? You know, as an author, I'm constantly getting feedback from readers, from editors, from proofreaders, and sometimes that feedback stings. Sometimes from my editor, I'll get something saying, you know, this part of the story just doesn't work. This chapter is too long, it's too boring, the children are not going to enjoy it, make it shorter, change it. And that's quite hard to hear, because I'm really invested in the art that I've created, in the story that I've written. And we're all like that. But being a successful part of that team means that I have to listen to it. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I'll do it my way and I'll say, actually, you know what, I think this is best, I'm going to do this. But quite a lot of the time I will step back and I will let go of my ego and I'll think, right, okay, have they got a point? And when I listen to it and when I think about it, more often than not, they've got a good point. And it might be that I meet halfway and I change it a little bit and keep kind of a bit of the idea, but make it better, because that is the only way we can get better. Okay, is by listening to ideas from other people, is working as a team, whether it's a team with your other children in your class, whether it's working as a team with your teacher when they give you feedback and ideas, or whether it's working with a boss when you've got a job, or an editor if you're an author, whatever it is, that working together as a team is the best way to get better. Okay, it's really important to remember that you cannot achieve anything in school or in life on your own. Doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, or somebody just running a business out there in a small village. You need to listen. You need to work as part of a team. So, you know, sometimes it may feel like it's you doing all of the work to achieve something in the team. I get that. But it's always important to step back and think about the team that has helped you to get where you are already. You might find that you can use their support to get even further than you ever dreamed possible. Okay, the people that have helped you get so far in your life already are more than likely happy to help you get even further. Talk to your teachers about any help that you need. Talk to your friends about things that are worrying you or things that you are struggling with. Get ideas from each other for your writing. Okay, it doesn't matter what you are doing in school or beyond. Look to the team around you and use their support to help you. There is no weakness. There is nothing wrong with accepting support from people. Trying to do things all on your own isn't the best way. Okay. Thanks for listening. As always, keep an eye out for the rest of my videos. Don't forget to check the links that are floating around. Check out my books online and remember the team around you. Okay, and use them whenever you can, because they are so important. Thank you very much. See you next time.